How are you? 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 I have been meaning to do this particular video for quite some time, but I know that it's going to be a rather long video, so I have been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, but I didn't forget. I've been wanting to do it because I do love the theme of birds. So I have this board game called Wingspan. It's got my name on it. Wingspan. And my boyfriend got me this for Christmas. Is that? I hope so. I'm a bad girlfriend. Okay. So I thought I would go through. It's like a different. You play different cards in order to play the game. I think it's called a deck building game. I'm not sure. So I thought I would go through all the different birds and show you all the different birds in the game. And it tells you a little fact about each. See? Wingspan. And then it's got this magnificent flying bird. Birb. Right. So, I just gotta get to the actual. Everything in it's such good quality. Gotta just get to the actual cards. Sorry about the noise. There's all sorts of different tokens and stuff as well. This one's my favorite. It's the same cover art as the one up the top, but it comes with just different bird food tokens and boards and stuff. And this is where we keep the cards in this container. So we'll just open that. It's got a little bird design in the corner. Alright, so here are our cards. There's 3 packets. No, not 3, 2. The others are gameplay cards, but the types of birds, there's 2 big stacks of bird cards. So I'm just going to get those out. So there's a lot of them. And that's just one pile. This is going to be a long video. It might have multiple parts. We'll see. So that's one pile. And then this is another pile. I'm not very good at this. What's it called? Shuffling. I nearly said sieving. Not very good at sifting, am I? Right. So I'll put that here, and I'm just gonna put this to the side for now, and we can come back. And I can put it all away later. Let's put it over there, over there. Okay. So how I'm gonna do this, I think, is I'll just pick up a card and then read to you what it says, and then show you the bird card. How does that sound? So this is an American robin, and robins have been known to roost in groups of 100,000 or more. Oh, I was gonna do my softly spoken voice. Let's try. So robins says, robins have been known to roost in groups of 100. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's not okay. I'll just do whispers. So this is a robin, or an American robin. American robin. Robins have been known to roost in groups of 100,000 or more. And then that's him there. Can you see that? There you go. That's an American robin. Alright, we're going to just do whispers because I was going to start doing softly spoken and then did not enjoy that at all. No. Softly spoken bad today. Alright, so the discarded pile I'll just put over here because if I put it in shot it'll just not get knocked off. Alright, so the next card is a brown pelican. Seriously endangered in the 1970s, brown pelicans are thriving after the US and Canada banned DDTs. DDT. So the next one is a great horned owl. A great horned owl. These strong owls can kill large prey, including skunks, cats, and dogs. Their wingspan is 112 centimeters. A great horned owl. I really like this video. This is going to be a lot of fun for me. I love facts about birds. Birds and facts about birds. Special interest much. Okay. Can I remember any of these facts? No, not a single one. Alright, the next card we have is a flyaway. Is a tree swallow. A tree swallow. These tree swallows can form flocks numbering in the hundreds of thousands. Wow. He's beautiful. He's blue. Look how pretty he is. So pretty. The next card we have, another swallow. This is beautiful. This is a violet green swallow. Like other swallows, these birds forage in large groups in open areas. Can you see the color? He's very pretty. The next card is a horned lark. He has a yellow face. He's a yellow-faced horned lark. Horned larks form large nomadic flocks mixing with other bird species. That's interesting. Horned larks form large nomadic flocks mixing with other bird species. Mixes in with other bird species. I didn't know birds did that. How accepting. Ooh, a golden eagle. Golden eagles mostly eat rabbit-sized prey, but can go after livestock and birds. Their wingspan is 201 centimeters. 201 centimeters. That's quite large. The next bird, Birb, is Cassin's sparrow. Ornithologist John Cassin died from years of handling arsenic-preserved birds. Ew. Cassin's sparrow. The next card is a white-faced ibis. The white-faced ibises nest in colonies with herons and egrets. I guess I knew that. That doesn't surprise me at all. But the other bird did. So the smaller bird fox did surprise me. So, a roseate spoonbill. This bird's unusually shaped bill helps it feed prey. Helps it feel prey in the water. A spoonbill. The next one is a Sprague's pipit. This rare bird's mating display can last go up to 6 feet into a riverbank and slopes to shed water. That's a long way. 6 foot. We've had a kingfisher, probably not a belted kingfisher because they're mostly in North America, but we do have other kingfishers. I think the kookaburra is a type of kingfisher. This is a trumpeter, a trumpeter swan, weighing over 20 pounds. Trumpeter swans are the heaviest bird in North America. Their wingspans are 203 centimeters, ever so slightly less terrifying than the eagle. This is the hooded warbler. Here, fat yellow burb. This bird spends its time in the understory and nests within a few feet of the ground. So cute. Fat burb cute. Spotted dewy. A spotted dewy. These birds forage by hopping backwards to uncover insects and seeds in the leaf litter. These birds forage by hopping backwards to uncover insects and seeds in the leaf litter. There you go. Whoops. Touching his face. So the next card is a Stella's J. Naturalist Jorg Stella saw this bird on a Russian exploration to Alaska in 1741. Stella's J. Good work, Jorg. This is an American bittern. Bitterns hide in reeds and cattails, where they are well camouflaged. He does look like a reed. I will give him that. He does look like that, indeed. A yellow-breasted chat. Because these birds like denser thickets, they are often more heard than seen. Children should be seen and not heard. Western meadowlark. This pretty bird also has a beautiful flute-like song. A western meadowlark. This is an eastern bluebird. Bluebirds struggle to breed where there is a lack of tree cavities. Nest boxes help. How pretty. What a pretty bird. Who's a pretty bird? This is called a killdeer. This bird is a killdeer. Killdeers will fake a broken wing to lure predators from their nests. That sounds pretty hardcore. He's pretty hardcore. The next card is a blue grosbeak. A blue grosbeak. Grosbeaks especially like tangled vines and shrubby areas on forest edges. I like vines too, buddy. Tangled vines are very cool. Alright, the next thing I have here, the next burb is a common merganser. Adult males can eat fish more than a foot long. How about a foot long? Well, he's a duck. Quack. He's a common merganser. The next one is a blue jay. Blue jays can carry up to 5 acorns and will store hundreds for winter. I did not know that blue jays eat acorns. They build forests. Yes, I like blue jays. I should have learned that from that simulator I had as a kid, where the forest would spread with the blue jays' arrival. Anyway, told you I learn things and then I forget them. Here's another word that common loon. It me. A common loon. Loon chicks spend the majority of their first week of life riding on a parent's back. I'm still riding on the back of my parents. Common loon. A common loon. The next one is a Baltimore oriole. Orioles weave pouch nests that hang from a tree branch. Orange birb. The next one is a tufted tit mouse. A tufted tit mouse. Titmice are a key in the formation of mixed species flocks. So he would hang out with that yellow-horned guy. That horned yellow guy. They would hang out in their little flocks. Alright. Sorry, I'm just going to turn this upside down. The discard pile. Alright. The next one is a hermit thrush. It also me. Hermit thrushes tend to nest on the ground in the western US and in the trees in the east. Oh, that's interesting. So in the west they're in the ground, and in the east they're in the trees. I wonder what predators live in the east. What predators live in the east that do not live in the west. Okay, the next one is a broad-winged hawk. Broad-winged hawk. This hawk is seen more during the migration than while in its forest interior. While it's in the forest interior. And that is the broad-winged hawk. The next one is a red crossbill. Aptly named. These birds use their specialized bills to pry apart conifer seed cones. Pine siskin. This bird is a pine siskin. Pine siskins are gregarious, traveling in flocks to look for food. A gregarious pine siskin. The next card is a pied-billed grebe. Pied-billed grebes create a floating platform nest with plant material. Is a water birb. Water nesting birb. The next one is a great egret. Smaller birds will sometimes follow after great egrets as they stir up prey. A great egret. So great. A great egret. It's really great. This one is an eastern phoebe. Phoebes use mud to attach nests to riverbanks, rocky outcrops, or human structures. An eastern phoebe. Phoebe. If you're watching Phoebe, that bird's for you. Mountain chickadee. A mountain chickadee. Mountain chickadees are generally found in the conifer forests of the American West. What is a conifer? What is a conifer tree? I'm not 100% sure. I feel like I should know that. This burb is called a bush tit. Also me. Live in flocks, and single adults will help couples raise their young. Damn bush tits. Show me your bush tits. Sorry. This is a king rail. King rails declined 91% from 1966 to 2014 due to habitat loss and pesticide runoff. Oh, that's sad. A king rail. King rail. The next one is an anhinga. This bird is called snakebird. It swims with only its head and neck above the water. Oh, yeah. It would be like a billed snake. A snake with a beak. Beaked snake. Like a beaked snake. great prairie chickens. The next bird we have is a barn owl. I do love barn owls. Barn owls use their excellent hearing to catch prey in the dark and will cache a surplus for later. Excellent hearing, barn owl, barn owl, barn owl. I meant to do a picture of a barn owl, haven't yet? Okay, this is a peregrine falcon. Diving to attack, a peregrine falcon can reach speeds of up to 200 miles an hour. 200 miles. How many kilometers is 200 miles? Let me know in the comments below. A peregrine falcon. The next bird we have is a lazuli bunting. Lazuli bunting. The Latin name ammonia means beautiful or charming. Look at this charming and beautiful bird. Charming, charming, charming bird. Quite a charming bird. Northern shoveler. It's a northern shoveler. The shoveler's large bill strains invertebrates from the water. Morning, governor. Morning, governor. It's the northern shoveler. Alright, the next card is the bronzed cowbird. Cowbird, another cowbird. A bronzed cowbird. Cowbirds lay eggs in other birds' nests and often break or push out the host bird's eggs. Nasty, nasty, nasty birbs. The next one is called a house wren. A house wren. House wrens will remove the eggs of other birds and take over their nests. Harsh birds, man. Who knew birds were so violent in nature? The next one we have is a song sparrow. A song sparrow. When resources are abundant, song sparrows can rear 4 clutches of eggs. 4 clutches. A song sparrow. A song sparrow. The next card we have is a red-winged blackbird. That's what it says on the tin. Blackbird flocks can include hundreds of thousands of birds. Red-winged blackbird. The next one we have is a black vulture. Turkey vultures have better sense of smell, so black vultures follow them to food. Cool. A vulture, a vulture, a vulture, a vulture, a black vulture, black vulture, a black vulture. The next one we have is a purple gallinule. With its long toes, this bird can walk on lily pads without sinking. This looks suspiciously like a moorhen to me. Not so dusky moorhen. It's a purple, green, blue moorhen. This is a blue-grey gnatcatcher. A blue-grey gnatcatcher's breeding range is steadily shifting north with climate change. He's on the move. The gnatcatcher is on the move. The next one we have is a Downey Woodpecker. This little woodpecker frequently joins mixed flocks. Do they have flocks of woodpeckers? Imagine what the sound would sound like in the forest. That would be insane. I've never heard a woodpecker. I don't think we have them in Australia. I've never heard a woodpecker. This is a northern cardinal, otherwise known as an angry bird. This is an angry bird. Northern cardinal. In most North American species, only males sing, but female cardinals break this rule. In most North American species, only males sing, but female cardinals break this rule. I'm not sure I understand that. Okay. Angry bird. Oh, it's raining again. It's so delightful. Can you hear it? This is a prothonotary warbler. It's a yellow warbler. The name, I was right. The name prothonotary comes from Catholic scribes who wore yellow hoods. Mississippi kite. These birds mostly eat large insects, but they'll also eat rodents, bats, and birds. A Mississippi kite. Mississippi kite. The next one is a barred owl. Barred owl. The barred owl's haunting call sounds like, "Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you?" Me, I'm actually cooking dinner right now. It's in the oven. Alright, so this is a California condor. A condor's wingspan. A Californian condor's wingspan is 277 centimeters. There were just 22 of these scavengers left alive in the 1980s, but now there are over 200. Yes, amazing. Gosh, okay. So a California condor. He's a big birb. The next card we have is a common yellowthroat. This was one of the first American birds to be catalogued by Linnaeus in 1766. This is an eastern kingbird. The kingbird displays its orange crown while defending its territory. Wouldn't even know it had an orange crown. Wouldn't even know it had one. Alright, so the next card's going everywhere. The next card is called a red-tailed hawk. Movies almost always use the red-tailed hawk's call for any raptor. Red-tailed hawk. Alright, the next one is Anna's hummingbird. It's my burb. These birds' impressive mating displays involve diving from over 100 feet in the air. Cool. Anna's hummingbird. It's Anna's hummingbird. Anna's hummingbird. Hummingbird of Anna. This is an American goldfinch. Goldfinches breed late after the milkweed and thistle have gone to seed. The milk thistle has gone to seed. The American goldfinch. This is a red-eyed red-eyed vireo. Nearsighted vireos flock with other birds that make noise if predators are around. Nearsighted vireo. A red-eyed vireo. This is a Clark's grebe. Clark was a 19th century surveyor who collected specimens for the Smithsonian creep. Alright. The double-crested cormorant. Cormorant colonies can be so dense that their guano kills the trees. Their poop kills the trees. Wow. Overpopulation's killing the trees. Heard that before. Oh. This is an osprey. I like ospreys. I've taken photos that are very similar to this picture, actually. These ospreys are excellent hunters, catching fish in at least 1 out of every 4 dives. I've seen an osprey catch a fish and then fly with it up over the top of me and into a nest I was looking at and feed it to its babies. Cool experience. I was taking photos. It was amazing. It was a great experience. My cousins, down with my cousins' house. Okay, so this is Wilson's snipe. Due to the position of their eyes, Wilson's snipes can see predators approaching from the front and the back. So you can't sneak up on Wilson's snipe. This one is called a willet. Willets feed during the day and the night. Willet feed during the day and the night. Yes, it will. The next one is a spotted owl. Spotted owl. Habitat for these birds was a topic in logging fights Foxes, Swift, Foxes, Swift. William Sansom Vaux was a wealthy mineralogist and naturalist, not a nudist. I don't know, he could have been, I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, why did you say that's bad? Okay. Canada goose. The oldest known wild Canada goose was at least 33 years old. At least 33 years old. 33 years old. Fly away home. This is a cerulean warbler. He flew away. He's pretty. Between 1966 and 2015, this species lost 74% of its population. Cerulean warbler. Cerulean. Look at him. He's pretty. He's wearing a very fine dinner jacket. Very fine ordered dinner jacket. Alright. This next one is called a dick sissel. A dick sissel. This bird used to live in the eastern US, but its range has shrunk due to habitat loss. The dick sissel has habitat loss. Alright. The next card. Whoops, picked up way too many. The next card is a California quail. California quail nests have been reported with as many as 28 eggs. 28 eggs. That's a lot of eggs. 28 eggs is a lot of eggs. Okay. This is a Carolina wren. A Carolina wren. A single male Carolina wren can sing nearly 3,000 times a day. A single male Carolina wren can sing nearly 3,000 times a day. 3,000 times a day. That is a lot for 24 hours. Bilated woodpecker. Other birds use these birds' old nests and clean bugs where they've been feeding. Cool. Woodpecker, a bilated woodpecker. The next one is a common raven. Ravens are omnivores whose diets includes insects, rodents, eggs, birds, and carrion, and human trash, and McDonald's. A common raven. Okay. The next birb is a painted white start. When they forage, white starts will flick their wings or tails to flush out insects. A painted white start. We have a bald eagles. Steelfish. Ben Franklin thought this was a bad choice for the US national bird. Benjamin Franklin thought that the bald eagle was a poor choice, as it is a dirty thief. This next card is a ferruginous hawk. These rust-coloured birds sometimes hunt in groups in prairie dog towns. Yeah, cool. Group hunting birds. The next card is a barn swallow. Barn swallows once nested in caves, but now favour human-made structures. Look, I'm sure there's still some in caves around. That is a barn swallow. So the next card is a eastern screech owl. An eastern screech owls. These owls live near humans, but because they're small and nocturnal, they're rarely seen. An eastern screech owl. Eastern screech owl. is to camouflage with all of the ice above the tree line in the mountains. Obviously. Seems legit. Alright, this is a common grackle. A common grackle in winter. Grackles roost in large flocks that can include millions of individuals. Millions of individuals. That seems like a lot of birbs. And I like birbs, but any more than 19 birbs, and I'm like, that they could overpower me now. Alright, this is American woodcock. American woodcock. 10 out of 10 woodcock. Their woodcock's amazing mating display involves repeated dives from 300 feet. A woodcock. An American woodcock. An American woodcock. The next card is a white-breasted nuthatch. A white-breasted nuthatch. Nuthatches case seeds in winter in the bark of a tree. Under the bark of the tree. Under the bark. Ruff, ruff, woof, woof. This next card is a fish. This next bird is a fish. A fish crow. A fish crow. Fish crow. These birds may eat more fish than other crows, but they're actually omnivores. Omnivores. Alright, the next card is a great blue heron. A great blue heron. A great blue heron. Great blue herons form rookeries with egrets, cormorants, and other herons. He hangs out with that other guy we saw earlier. Alright, the next card is a chipping sparrow. These sparrows are generally fed on open ground, but near trees. They generally feed on open ground, but near trees. A chipping sparrow. A chipping sparrow. Right, the next card is a turkey vulture. A turkey vulture. Turkey vultures can projectile vomit to defend themselves. Same. Turkey vulture. Turkey vulture. Turkey vulture. Turkey vulture. Turkey vulture. The next card is an American kestrel. An American kestrel. Kestrel. Track. I dropped the card. He flew away. Alright. Kestrels track rodents by their urine and will cache surplus kills for later. Can smell your pee. Never pee. Alright, so we got a grey catbird. A grey catbird. Catbirds mimic other birds and also have a call that sounds like a cat meowing. Meow, 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 meow. Alright, the next one is a white-throated swift. A white-throated swift. The white-throated swift is one of the fastest birds in North America. A white-throated swift. He fly fast. What was that? I don't know, but it was something fast. The next one is a brant. The next bird's name is brant. This is brant. Brants can migrate the 5,300 kilometers from Alaska to Mexico in 54 hours. They can fly 5,300 kilometers in 54 hours. Wow. Good work, Brant. Good work, Brant. Brant Duck. Alright, the next one we've got is a burrowing owl. A burrowing owl. These owls often use old prairie dog burrows for their underground nests. Their burrows. They steal prairie dog burrows. The next one is called Franklin's gull. These gulls make floating nests of plant material on prairie marshes. That's the same fact as another one, as the other water burb. Franklin's gull. Franklin's. Hurry up, Franklin. Alright. Savannah sparrow. This sparrow is named after both Savannah, Georgia and Sandwich Sound, Alaska. Sandwich Sound. What does that even mean? Is that a place, or is that just the sound of a sandwich being eaten in Savannah? Yellow-billed cuckoo. Coming out to say cuckoo. Okay, yellow-billed cuckoo. Yellow-billed cuckoos lay their eggs in other birds' nests when food is abundant. Only when food is abundant. Food is scarce. They lay their own nests. That can't be true, surely. Alright, the next bird is a mourning dove. Like mourning, like sad, not like morning, like sunrise. Is a mourning dove. One pair of ducks. Good work, Doug. Okay, our battery's low. One pair of doves may raise 5 or 6 small broods in a year. 5 or 6 kids in a year. Sets of 6. 4 or 5. Wow, anyway, that's insane. Okay, so the next card is a mallard. A mallard, otherwise known as a duck. A mallard duck. Mallards are among the most abundant ducks in the world. Mallard ducks. We don't have these guys naturally in Australia, though. We don't have no mallard ducks here. Nope. Very rare to see a mallard duck. Alright, the next card is called a Chimney Swift. A Chimney Swift. And these birds have adapted to nest in chimneys instead of hollow trees. He'd be a bit sooty. A Chimney Swift. Chimney Swift. A chimney Swift. A Chimney Swift. Okay, the next bird is a says Phoebe. That's what Phoebe said. Isn't that what Phoebe said? Says Phoebe. If you're still watching, Phoebe, this bird is also for you. Says Phoebe. Thomas Say also has says Phoebe. Thomas Say also has snails, crabs, and a snake named after him. I bet he's got crabs, that dirty boy. Okay, the next card is a common nighthawk. Nighthawks are crepuscular, hunting flying insects at dawn and dusk. Crepuscular, I know the word crepuscular. It means coming out during the twilight, during dawn and dusk, during the twilight hours. The next bird is a snowy egret. A snowy egret. In the 1880s, these birds' wispy plumes were literally worth their weight in gold. Snowy egret feathers were worth their weight in gold. Looks suspiciously like that other egret bird we saw earlier. But this one is snowy. Alright, this is a red-shouldered hawk. A red-shouldered hawk. These hawks aren't from a perch, swooping down when its prey is nearby. Alright. The next card is a red-bellied. That's a lie. The next card is a lie. Is a red-bellied woodpecker. A red-bellied woodpecker. These birds' tongues reach out 2 inches for insects, but seeds are half their diet. These birds' tongues reach out 2 inches for insects, but seeds are half their diet. Okay. He's clearly got a red hood and not a red belly. Thank you very much. So the next one is called a very stressed out magpie. It's called a bobolink. Emily Dickinson wrote poems about these birds as rowdy choristers in her Church of Nature. Choristers. What is a rowdy chorister? I don't know Emily Dickinson. I mean, I don't know her personally, and I do know of her works. It just looks like a deranged magpie, a deranged Australian magpie. Alright, so the next card is called a black skimmer. A black skimmer. Skimmers plough the water with their beaks, snapping shut when they hit a fish. A black skimmer. A black skimmer. A black skimmer. Hey, we've got the scissor-tailed flycatcher. You've seen this boy before on the cover and on the box, and like as the thing that I showed you earlier. The mating display of these birbs involves aerial aerobatics that show off their long tail. Their long tail does what it says on the box. Okay. The next card is a red-breasted nuthatch. A red-breasted nuthatch. I'd say it's a more orange ombre burnt sienna breasted nuthatch. These birds put resin around their nest opening to keep out attackers. Cool. I wonder if that's really why they do it, or if they just like it all shiny. Shiny. Alright, the next card is a rose-breasted grosbeak. A rose-breasted grosbeak. This pretty sweet-sounding bird has the gruesome nickname These hawks feed chicks and small mammals. This hawk feeds chicks, small mammals and birds, but adults eat mostly insects. That's interesting. So the babies eat small mammals and other birds, but the adults mostly just stick to insects. The next bird is a Bell's vireo. John Graham Bell taught taxidermy to future U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt. Bell's Bell's Birb. Alright, the next one is a white-crowned sparrow. A white-crowned sparrow. These sparrows like shrubby areas in many habitats, from tundra to desert. So the next bird is a spotted sandpiper. These sandpipers constantly bob their tails. People call them teeter peeps and tiptails. A teeter peep. Spotted sandpiper is really a teeter peep. Look at that little tiptail. That teeter peep. That tiptail. Look at it. That tiptail. Like, wow, he's just an old teeter peep. This is a yellow-rumped warbler. Birders sometimes call these birds butterbutts. It's a butterbutt. Look at that butterbutt. A butterbutt. Twitchers call these birds butterbutts, but really it's a yellow-rumped warbler. I would like to see a butterbutt. I would like to see a butterbutt. A yellow-rumped warbler. This next one is an American coot. These omnivorous birds eat a lot of algae, but also seeds, fish, insects, and mollusks. Algae. American coot. Is that a G or a C? An American coot. Okay. The next one is Barrow's goldeneye. A Barrow's goldeneye duck. These ducks will lay their eggs in the nest of any cavity nesting duck. You crazy duck. Look at him. He's a goldeneye. The next one is a yellow-headed blackbird. Yep, that's what it looks like. These blackbirds form huge flocks, especially in winter. A yellow-headed blackbird. Alright, the next card is an American white penguin. It's a pelican. I got that wrong. It's an American white pelican. Pelicans work together to herd fish and then scoop them up. American white pelican. An American white pelican. The next card we have is a juniper titmouse. These little birds make it through the winter by storing seeds. The juniper titmouse. The cute little juniper. I really like that as a name. Juniper. Alright, anyway. The next bird is a roadrunner. A greater roadrunner. Roadrunners rarely fly, but will jump up to snatch prey out of the air. They'll take a running jump. The greater roadrunner. Meep, meep. Alright, this is a wood duck. How much wood would a wood duck duck? If a wood duck. Wood ducks nest in tree cavities in wooded areas. A wooded area, wood duck. Hence the name wood duck. Look how much prettier he is. He's so much pretty. The next card is a western tanager. These flame-coloured birds are hard to see because they like the canopies of evergreen forests. A western flame-coloured western tanager. Okay, so the next bird is called an indigo bunting. Indigo buntings are almost always found on the forest edges, on the edge of the forest. Almost always an indigo bunting. The next one we have is called an Inca Dove. This bird likes human settlements and is expected an American redstart. An American redstart. An American redstart gets their name from the Old English word stiort. Stiort, meaning tail. Yeah, right. Sure. Seems legit. Alright, the next one is an American crow. An American crow. These intelligent birds steal eggs and food from other birds and cache food for later. They cache food for later. Alright, the next one, the next bird is a hummingbird, hummingbird, hummingbird. It is a black-chinned hummingbird. A black-chinned hummingbird. To display, males of this species will fly up to 30 meters and then dive, reaching speeds near 100 kilometers an hour. Wow, 100 kilometers an hour. They can dive down. That seems very dangerous, Mr. Black-chinned hummingbird. Alright, the next one is a red-headed woodpecker. A ranger. A red-headed woodpecker. These woodpeckers store nuts, seeds, and insects in wood or under bark. A red-headed woodpecker. A red-headed woodpecker. The next bird we have is a dark-eyed junco. Juncos summer in the cool woods, but will use more open habitats in the winter. A dark-eyed junco. A dark-eyed junco. The next bird that we have, the next bird in the pile, is called a chestnut-collared longspur. A chestnut-collared longspur. And this bird's population dropped by 82% between 66 and 2015. Alright, the next one is called Forster's Tern. A Forster's Tern. These birds nest on the ground on a raft of floating vegetation or on muskrat lodges. Muskrat lodges. Now, starters, what is a muskrat? For second, where do they lodge? A muskrat lodging dwelling. Forster's Tern. Forster's Tern. Forster's Tern. Okay, the next one is a whooping crane. From its low of 20 birds, the whooping crane population has risen to about 600. Isn't that good? Its wingspan is 221 centimeters. That is a whooping big crane. A whooping crane. A whooping big crane. Alright, the next card is an American avocet. American avocets build their own nests, but also parasitize other birds' nests. The other cards didn't have the word parasitize in them to trip me up. They just said they like to steal other birds' nests. They didn't use big fancy words like parasitize. Scaled quail. A scaled quail. This bird is a scaled quail. Quail chicks can get up and follow their parents as soon as they hatch. As soon as they hatch, they can run away. Run away. Quail eggs. Alright. The next bird is a cedar waxwing. A cedar waxwing. Cedar waxwing. Cedar waxwings are one of the only birds in North America that eat exclusively fruit. Fruits. He eats exclusively fruits. He's not even a parrot. Not even a parrot. He's a cedar waxwing. A cedar waxwing. There's no parrots in America. Okay. Thanks, Ben. Alright. Cassin's finch. 15 birds are named after ornithologist John Cassin, including 2 in this game. 2 birds in this game. This is the other Cassin's bird. Birb. Cassin's finch. He's finch. But what about the other? Why aren't the other birds in here? Why aren't the other? What's 15 minus 2? 15, 14, 13, 12. What about the other amount of birds? Alright, the next one is called a brewer's black Cluck's nutcracker. These birds are omnivorous but cache thousands of pine seeds for the winter. Pine seeds. Cluck's nutcracker. He's a nutcracker. He's a bit of a nutcracker. The next card we have in the pile is a black-crowned night heron. A black-crowned night heron. And night herons eat carrion and eggs in addition to fish, rodents, and invertebrates. A black-crowned night heron. A black-crowned night heron. Alright, the next card is a black-bellied whistling duck. A whistling duck. A black-bellied whistling duck. These ducks really do whistle. That's the fact. These ducks really do whistle. They really do. They really do whistle. They really do whistle. Alright, the next card is a sandhill crane. A sandhill crane. Sandhill cranes can live for decades and mate for life. A sandhill crane. This is a sandhill crane. This is a 1 kilo chopper chop. Alright, the next card is a ruby-crowned kinglet. A ruby-crowned kinglet. A ruby-crowned kinglet. Kinglet's ruby red crown feathers pop up when they are agitated. He be cranky. He cranky burb. Ruby crowned kinglet. Alright, the next card is a great crested flycatcher. These birds avoid competition by focusing on insects high up in the trees, high up in the tippity-tip tops of the trees, the tippity-tip tops and the tippity-tip tops of the trees. Alright, the next card is a house finch. A house finch. These finches are rarely alone and can flock in the hundreds. A house finch. They don't build nests, they build houses. That's a lie. Alright, the next one is a green heron. A green heron. Green herons drop insects and other objects onto the water to attract fish. They go fishing. Genius. Green heron, genius green heron. The genius green heron. Alright, the next bird that we have is a Chihuahuan Raven. Looks nothing like the dog. Chihuahuan Raven. This bird is native to the Chihuahuan Desert of the southwest US and northern Mexico. Chihuahuan Raven. Chihuahuan. Why is that so hard to say? Chihuahua. Like the little dog, you know. A Chihuahua. And anyway, the black-billed magpie. These omnivorous. These omnivores steal eggs and eat carrion along with a diversity of other foods. I did see an Australian magpie once on some roadkill, on some carrion. And I was like, what? I freaked out big time. Alright, Bewick's wren. These wrens have largely disappeared in the eastern part of their range due to nest predation. Oh my gosh, the next bird is an Atlantic puffin. It's an Atlantic puffin, an Atlantic puffin, a puffin. An Atlantic puffin. Puffins' breeding areas are threatened by climate change. It's a puffin. He's so cute. Look at him. Look at such a cute puffin. He's a good boy. Alright, the next card is a Woodstock. I bet he went to Woodstock. Okay. The Woodstock was removed from the US endangered species list in 2014. The Woodstock, hopefully in the right direction, and is not now extinct. There's 2 ways to get off that list. No one remembers that sometimes. Sometimes people forget. Woodstock. Alright, so the next bird is an ash-throated flycatcher. An ash-throated flycatcher. These birds are adapted to dry places. They get all of their water from their food. Ash-throated flycatcher. They don't drink water. Their throat has gone to ash. It's gone to ash. The ash-throated flycatcher. Alright. The next bird is a yellow-bellied sapsucker. Yeah, yellow-bellied sapsucker. Sounds like an insult, doesn't it? You're such a Sapsuckers. Sapsuckers drill rows of holes in trees, then lap up the sap, lap up the sack. They lap up the sap and the insects that the sap attracts. Sapsuckers drill rows of holes in trees, then lap up the sap and the insects it attracts. A yellow-bellied sapsucker. That's my new insult of choice. Alright. The next one is an acorn woodpecker. An acorn woodpecker. In a single dead tree, these birds may drill as many as 50,000 holes for storing acorns. 50,000 holes for storing acorns. 50,000 acorns in a dead tree. Wow. An acorn woodpecker. I see why it's got its name. Acorn woodpecker. That's a lot of acorns for one little woodpecker. Alright, the next one is also a woodpecker. It is a red-cockaded woodpecker. A red-cockaded woodpecker. This bird is endangered due to habitat loss. There may be fewer than 10,000 left. A red-cockaded woodpecker. A red-cockaded woodpecker. A red-cockaded woodpecker. The pile's getting low. Alright. The next card is a Cooper's hawk. Cooper's hawk. Cooper's hawk. Cooper's hawk. Cooper's hawks hunt forest birds and mammals with great stealth. Stealthy hawk. Stealthy Cooper's hawk. Cooper's hawk. Cooper's hawk. Okay, the next bird. The next bird is an American oyster catcher. An American oyster catcher. These birds feed not just on oysters and shellfish. That means selfish. These birds feed not just on oysters and shellfish, but also other invertebrates. He's a shellfish. No, he's an American oyster catcher. Burb. Alright, the next card is a red-breasted, and that word again, merganser. A red-breasted merganser was recorded flying at 160 kilometers per hour. The fastest of any duck. You can tell he's the fastest of any duck by his hairdo. You can tell by his hairdo that he can fly at 160 kilometers an hour. 160 kilometers an hour. Yikes. Alright, the next birb is a black tern. A black tern. That's what happens when you've got a bushfire storm cloud coming along. The sky goes completely black. It has a black tern. These terns build floating nests out of marsh plants. Heard that one before. He doesn't look like a water burb. To me. That's very stereotypicalizing of me, isn't it? Okay, this is a loggerhead shrike. Shrike. Shrikes impale their prey on thorns or barbed wire and may save them for later. A loggerhead shrike. Alright, the next bird is a blue-winged warbler. I would have gone for something along the way of like yellow warbler, but blue-winged it is. This warbler especially likes to nest on the edges between forests and fields. This blue-winged warbler. Its wing ain't even that blue. This blue-winged warbler. Alright, only a handful of cards left. We've got the purple martin. This is martin, except he's purple. A purple martin. Native Americans hung gourds as houses for these birds because they eat so many bugs. Yeah, cool. Native Americans hung gourds as houses for these birds because they eat so many bugs. So to keep the bugs away, they would put up hollow gourds, and then the purple martins could nest in the gourds, could nest in the pumpkins. I would call that some sort of purple martin gourd bird. He's gorgeous. Alright, the next bird is called a ruby-throated hummingbird. A ruby-throated hummingbird. Hummingbirds feed on nectar, but they also eat many small insects. I would call that nom nom nomnivore. I would. Two more to go. The penultimate burb. The penultimate bird is a pygmy nuthatch. A pygmy nuthatch. These flocking birds often have helper birds, bringing food during nesting season. A pygmy nuthatch. It takes a village to raise a pygmy nuthatch. Alright, are you ready? Are you ready for the last burb? The last burb of the pack is a ruddy duck. A ruddy duck, a ruddy duck, ruddy duck, ruddy duck. A ruddy duck, a ruddy duck. To display for mates, males slap their blue bills on their chests and run across the water. That's a crazy ruddy duck, a ruddy duck. The final bird in the pack is a ruddy duck, a ruddy duck, a ruddy duck. And that's it. That's all the birds. We did it. That's all the birds in the Wingspan base game. That's all of the cards. That's a lot of cards. A great number of cards. I'm gonna count them. I was gonna say I'm not gonna count them, but then I like counting birds. I don't like counting. I like counting birds. I don't know why. I just do. Okay, you ready? I'm gonna do some counting as the end of this video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71. There's probably 71. There's probably somewhere on the packet that tells me how many cards are in this. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 82, 82, 82, 82, 82, 82, 82, 82, 82, 82, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 115, 115, 116, 117, 118, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 140, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 145, 145, 146, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 180. So I just gave you 180 bird facts. 180 birds and 180 bird facts. That's no wonder this video is gonna